Hello my dear children. Flowchart is the next technique before we are writing any of the program. Flowchart is a graphical representation of any of the problem and its solution. Flowchart is a graph used to depict or show a step-by-step solution using symbols which represents a task. The symbols used consist of geometrical shapes that are connected by flow lines. Do you know what are the geometrical shapes? Circle, square, diagonal, hexadiagonal, etc. And the circle also. It is an alternative to pseudocoding. Whereas pseudocode description is verbal, a flowchart is graphical in nature. Let us discuss more about flowchart. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a flowchart? It helps in analyzing the problems effectively. Normally, my dear children, instead of getting a sentence, if you got any picture of a thing, it will be easy, understandable. It acts as a guide during the program development phase. It helps easy debugging of logical errors. What are the disadvantages while you are using flowchart for solving a problem? A lengthy flowchart may extend over multiple pages, which reduces the readability. Drawing a flowchart is time consuming. The changes made to a single step may cause redrawing the entire flowchart. So my dear children, we won't follow the flowchart technique for problem solving in Python. Either we will follow algorithm or pseudocode only. These are the symbols which we can use for drawing a flowchart. A terminal which shows the beginning and end of an algorithm. A rectangle box, it shows a process, an instruction other than input or output or selection. A rectangle or a parallelogram, input, output is given in parallelogram only. A disk storage is used to indicate input or output from the disk storage. Then the next shape indicates the printer, the output as a hard copy. Then a diagonal is used for selection. Selection process for two-way selection. That is, if you want to check any condition, whether true or false, then we will use a diagonal. The next set of symbols is given for the first one, off-page connector. It provides continuation of logical path or on another page. Then a circle on page connector. It provides continuation of logical path on another point in the same page. Then the arrow marks, that are the flow lines, indicate the logical sequence of execution step in algorithm. My dear children, we had discussed how to write an algorithm to withdraw money from ATM. Look at the flowchart for the same thing. Start, go to any ATM, insert or swipe our card. Many symbols that are used in flowchart for indicating each and every process or the instruction. This is a small flowchart for accepting a number and incrementing it by 1 and display the result, that is adding 1 to a number. Start, accept a number, add 1 to the number, display the number, stop. My dear children, by looking the flowchart of this, it is very easily understandable only. Instead of writing statement, you can either use flowchart or pseudocode. Consider an example where you need to determine whether a number is odd or even. This problem can be solved based on the condition that the number should be divisible by 2. If the number is divisible by 2, it should display the message as the number is even. Otherwise, the number is odd. My dear children, look at the screen how the flowchart is given. We need to draw start, then a flow line, accept a number, parallelogram is used, then divide the number by 2. That is an instruction or the process. Is remainder equal to 0? Is remainder is equal to 0. That is a condition or a check we are giving. If it is yes, then we need to display the number is even. If the condition becomes false or it is no, then we should have to display the number is odd. Finally, after displaying, we can stop the process. This is a small representation of flowchart for finding the number is odd or even. The next module deals with pseudocode. Thank you.